In this video, we're going to review the Vizio SB3820C6 soundbar. We're going to take a look at the features and we're going to review the sound quality. And as a bonus, we'll compare this 38-inch SB3820C6 to the smaller 29-inch Vizio, the SB2920C6. Let's take a look. So, this Vizio SB3820C6 soundbar, it's just a 2.0 system. In other words, it doesn't come with a separate subwoofer. So any bass produced by this 38-inch soundbar, it has to come from the drivers that are built inside. So later on in the video, we're going to describe the performance a little more. As for the design, it's pretty attractive and it allows for installation either on the wall or in a tabletop configuration just below a flat screen TV. Now the device itself measures 38 inches long, 3 inches tall, and 3 inches deep. And we want to mention that all of the features that we're going to talk about here in this video come in both the 38-inch soundbar and the smaller 29-inch model. Now both soundbars come with a remote control, and Vizio supplied the batteries inside the box. And the remote control is actually quite easy to use. It's very intuitive. If the remote stops working because your batteries die or it breaks or you lose it, Vizio went ahead and built in 5 control buttons into the top of the soundbar. They're pictured right here. Starting left to right is your power on and off button. Now the Vizio soundbar has a total of 6 inputs. The second button right there is how you switch from one input to another. We're going to describe the inputs in just a moment. The button in the middle is Bluetooth. So if you would enjoy streaming or listening to an audio track or music from, let's say, your smartphone or your tablet wirelessly to the soundbar, you would select that particular input. And even if your TV has Bluetooth connectivity, that would make it a lot easier to connect the soundbar during an installation as well. Last 2 buttons on the right, fairly common, your up and down, primarily for volume. Now we're going to take a look at some of the various connections on the back of the soundbar, and we decided to start with this subwoofer output. Now, the 38-inch soundbar that we're reviewing, it has larger internal bass drivers compared against the smaller 29-inch model, and this one can hit lows down to 60 Hertz, which is better than the 29-inch version. But if you like a lot of bass, what Vizio did was they incorporated this line-level subwoofer output, and if you happen to have, let's say, an unused powered subwoofer laying around the house or your office, or you decide at a later date you want to upgrade and buy a powered subwoofer, you can add it, and the connection on the back of this soundbar permits just that. We found it to be a bit of a unique feature compared against other brands. Now we're going to take a look at the inputs. The soundbar, it has a total of 6 inputs. We mentioned Bluetooth earlier, that's one of them. But the first one connection point we want to describe on the back, starting on the left, this is the coaxial digital audio input. This is a preferred connection method, and Vizio actually supplied this cable inside of the box. Now this next input, it's the digital Toslink, the cable supplied by Vizio. And you might ask yourself, why all these connection points? Well, not every piece of equipment that a consumer owns has, let's say, the digital coaxial output or the Toslink output. So Vizio knows this, and they want to make sure you have every connection option available. This bottom input is for an optional thumb drive. If you happen to have music or audio tracks installed on a thumb drive, you can simply insert the thumb drive in this input and listen to it through the soundbar here. The last 2 inputs are both analog. The analog connection that's depicted here, it's stereo to RCA. And what that means is you're going to get a left and right stereo channel, but not any real simulated surround sound where you would get surround sound with the digital connections. This cable is supplied by Vizio in the box. It's stereo on one end and red-white RCA on the other end. Last and certainly not least is probably one of the most common types of audio connections, the red-white RCA stereo connection depicted here. This cable is probably laying around in your house. It's one of the most commonly used types of connections in any consumer electronics throughout the world. It's not necessarily the most preferred, but if you have a CD player laying around and you want to hook it up to the soundbar, by all means you can through this method. Or if you need to connect it because your electronic only has this output, you can use that as well. Let's sum things up. We found the Vizio SB3820 C6 to be a significant improvement compared to the sound coming from the tiny speakers built into most flat-screen TVs. While the larger internal drivers of this 38-inch soundbar outperformed the bass of the smaller 29-inch model, we can certainly see where some consumers might want to connect a separate subwoofer. We didn't find any issues with the Bluetooth performance. We were able to pair devices rather easily, and the sound quality was what we expected. Far better than the sound from a tablet or a smartphone. The features of both models were virtually identical with one exception. The larger 38-inch model has Dolby Digital Sound Enhancement technology, whereas the 29-inch model does not. However, both have DTS surround sound.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and take a look at our website. There's a link in the description below this video. If you liked it, post it to your Facebook page, tweet out a link, send it to friends and family. Hey, thanks for watching and have a great day.